Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, July 2nd, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I feel to heal. And today we have the sun at 11 degrees, master number 11. And I think we're getting some more of these master 11s or master lessons coming up for us right now. We have a few 11-degree connections, and then we have a really interesting connection that I can't wait to dive into. So we begin the day with the moon in Gemini, the dark of the moon. We're building to a new moon on Monday. So the dark of the moon is when some of our darkness, some of our shadows will surface. And we begin the day with dark of the moon in Gemini connecting to Neptune at 11 degrees. So some of this may possibly come up through your dreams. I think a lot of times it's really easy for us to process during our dreams, whether or not you remember them, because we can get out of our own judgmental way in our dreams, and the mind isn't in the way in our dreams, so we're able to really process some of this energy. So if you are a dreamer, pay attention to your dreams because they may give you some insight into where you need to offer yourself a little love, a little nurturing, a little forgiveness, and some healing. And I think the healing in this case is the healing of witnessing any deeper feelings that may be going on within. We then have the sun in Cancer inconjunct Saturn in Sagittarius at 11 degrees. So more of this 11-degree master level. And I want to remind you that 11 is a great reflector. That which needs healing in us is being reflected all around us in the world. And so we all know there's a great many things in this world that need healing. And this is why they always say, heal or heal thyself. Or why, to change the world, you have to change yourself. It's because the world is just reflecting what's going on, our own internal struggle. This struggle may be with beliefs. It may be truth. It may be the struggle with right and wrong and what actually feels good to you. And always go back to this quote because it's just so good. Out beyond right doing and wrong doing, there's a field, and I'll meet you there. That's Rumi. And I had a friend, I wish I could get this exactly how she put it because it was so amazing. But if you took the good or the bad out of any situation, it would just be a situation. And like when you start taking your own prejudice about this is good, this is bad, then you can see it from the place where it's at, from the vibration that it is, because everything is a vibration. And if you can see it there, then you see how these vibrations can shift. So open up your mind a little, be willing to feel what comes through around your beliefs, and don't throw the judgment, good or bad. What does it actually feel like? Because there's going to be some healing. You know what I like about Inconjunct, and this came through because we're going to be working with some more Inconjunct energy. Inconjunct is like not quite seeing eye to eye. And if you do any psychic training, a lot of times what they tell you to see angels or auras or your spirit guides, a lot of times is to soften your vision, soften your focus. And an inconjunct has kind of that softer focus. It can be uncomfortable. Sometimes seeing auras is uncomfortable for us. It's not what we're taught generally in our life. But if you can soften your focus a little, which is what the inconjunct is doing, then you can see right in to what is beyond what's right there on the surface. We then have the moon squaring Jupiter. Your mind might have an idea of what we're meant to do with our day. Jupiter in Virgo, your body is going to be the one that's going to tell you how you need to show up. Let your mind honor your body's lessons through this weekend as we build in this dark of the moon to the new moon. Because, this is a fertile time for the intentions. The dark of the moon is where we're kind of tilling the soil for these intentions. So it's really important to be vigilant about the depths, about the darkness that's coming up for you, and to really, especially as we are in Cancer, allow yourself to feel this energy. We end the day with moon connection to Uranus. Moon in Gemini, Uranus in Aries. Moon in Gemini, Uranus in general energy stimulates the mind. Electric mind, ground yourself in, take care of yourself. But what this is also igniting is also all these connections between Mars and Lilith over in Scorpio with Uranus, Eris, and Ceres over in Aries. This is an inconjunct, so more of that softer focus, but this moon is feeding right into those energies, and it's saying, hey, you've got to pay attention to this. There is something that you need to focus on this. I don't really talk about Eris that much, but it is very interesting because Eris is going to be working with Uranus for a while, and with this, ignition of Mars now direct. What came up around this Eris energy is Eris represents the repressed feminine. Eris can represent the reactive, repressed feminine. Eris can represent the part of the feminine that's like, oh, in a different way than Lilith, oh, you haven't looked at this? I'm going to bring this up and show you your shadows. And so Eris, in regards to Mars, is showing us where within ourselves we are holding ourselves back from our own desires, our own judgments about some of our stuff. Everybody's got stuff. Everybody's got the imperfection stuff. But I love it's got Uranus there. So Uranus is the liberator. So Uranus is like, yeah, bring this stuff up so that we can see it. And then we've got Sarah's there, which is like, let me nurture you through these things. Let me tell you, it is okay that you are human. It's okay that you have these things. And I also love that I think that Lilith hanging out with Mars over there in Scorpio is like kind of softening, I think, the masculine energy of Mars that might be like, oh, I'm just going to break right through it. And it's like, no, we can't just break right through it. You can, but that's not the way. We've got to honor this in the feminine way of processing it, of feeling it, of acknowledging it, and recognizing that it doesn't make you less lovable, and recognizing that all of this energy is on your path to where you want to go. So it's a really interesting energy that we're working with, but I think it comes back to the energy mantra for the day. I feel to heal. Feel this stuff. Don't avoid those shadows that may come up, because the shadows aren't out to get you. They're just showing you more parts of yourself. So, greatest card that I pulled today is understanding. Bringing understanding to all parts of yourself. Bringing friendliness, wholeness to all parts of yourself. Recognizing the nourishment in this darkness. And I think a lot of us, I see this, I do tons of, astro work. I see this all the time. We isolate ourselves because we feel so much shame about those parts that we don't want to show people. It's time to stop doing that. It's time to show the people who can accept, even if it's just yourself. Show those parts to yourself, and then have patience with the process of the unfolding. Because, this is the process of understanding. This is the process of friendliness. But you've got to be willing to get outside yourself. And I'm doing the animal card again. Because I just think animals are so summery, and I want to. And I love what I pulled. I pulled wolf. Wolf can have such a fierce feminine energy. But what I love about wolf is that wolf is saying, everybody's different. Wolf ties us into our tribe. And a lot of times we want our tribe, we want people to have the same hearts as us. And nobody has the same hearts as us. Nobody has, the exact same makeup. And so everybody has their own way of doing things. So don't just think, just because somebody doesn't understand your darkness or doesn't understand your process, that they don't love you. And that's not a call for you to judge them or them to judge you. Wolf is about getting beyond your judgment and recognizing the oneness, the tribe in everyone, and then having the patience for the process as we all process our deeper stuff. And we prepare to howl at the new moon, because I think the new moon deserves howling just as much as the full moon does. So, wolf energy is with you, helping you, dropped all the cards, helping you get into this interesting astro. So, that being said, I have my reading sale up for a few more days, 6 readings for the price of 5. This is for those of you who want to dive in deeper month to month and really find out how the astro cycles work. And it really is a great teaching experience for learning the astro. So you'll really find that you come to know astrology on a whole nother level if you go through this. So that'll be up through Monday. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.